replacing our front gas block and our front sight with a combo here. It's from IO Incorporated USA. I actually purchased this from Arms of America. What I want to do, you see I've got a drill bit here that I'd normally, when I put all this on here, and I drill the gas port into the barrel, because I like to not have the gas port already pre-drilled into a barrel, because some of these things will have a slight difference in where they need to be, and I like to be able to put my hole exactly where it wants to be. But the only problem is we got to make sure this is going to match up. Now, the hole is drilled, you can see in there, from the front at an angle. This one here is roughly about a 45. This one here is probably about 35, 40. I'm guessing. I'm going to take another drill bit, come in from the front, stick up through there, and then I'm going to match these surfaces here to roughly about where it would be with the original gas here. And it looks, you can tell they're just slightly, you may not be able to with the camera here, but this one goes this way, that one kind of turns just a little bit. So that tells me that the gas holes, or the port, should be close. Hopefully it's right on, but you know, it's almost next to impossible. But as long as it's close enough. This has a huge section machined inside of it, as you can see, where the flat goes in, where they use an end mill to give them a flat spot to drill it. That will help capture the gas if you're off, left, right, forward, or back. And on your barrel, a lot of times, if you've ever seen pre-drilled ones, this one obviously wasn't pre-drilled, but some of your pre-drilled ones will have a huge chamfer around the hole. It'll be oval shaped because of, you know, the hole's round. So, but that will help capture gas, even if it's off just a little bit. They should capture or line up. But the way it looks with the drill bits in here, it's just kind of a rough guesstimation there. They ought to match up, so we should be golden, I hope. If not, well, I can get a new barrel and I'll just take this whole assembly out and just leave it together. That's what I was originally going to do, but if they line up, then I'll just leave it like that. I don't have to worry about spending another. Well, the barrels are getting a little bit cheaper. You can get them. I kind of avoid the American-made $99 ones. I've purchased those in the past, and those are the only ones I've ever had bend on me, and you have to just trash them. They're no good. This is an original Romanian barrel. All the markings on it are from original Romanian barrel. I don't even remember where I bought this one from. I want to say Atlantic Firearms had them. But you can't even find these anymore as far as I know. I haven't found any more. This was some of the last ones, and I picked this one up right quick and put this rifle together. But anyway, they ought to match up pretty good, I hope. Alright, I was checking out the Ultimac here. I was thinking about actually getting a Troy Industries. They have one that has a castle nut and an adjustment area back here, which you can make it super tight. Which with the Ultimac though, it says to have a gap, about an even gap from the front to the back. Now Rifle Dynamics, they push theirs all the way forward. Supposedly it's because, well, when you get these things really, really hot, they expand. The barrel will actually grow a little bit, will lengthen. If you take your rifle and have it set up to where the gas tube is nice and snug in here, when you lock it down, you know, it doesn't move. This one hardly moves at all. And you blast off a bunch of rounds right quick, you reach up here, this thing is going to rattle all over the place. It's going to be real loose because your barrel actually grew just a few thousandths of an inch. When you let it cool down for a little bit periodically to check it, it'll be nice and snug again. But with the Troy Industries, theirs has that castle nut, and you unscrew it as tight as you can get it, then you tighten down that castle nut, and if you put a little mark on it to identify if anything has moved or shifted and adjusted during recoil or heat transfer. A lot of people complain about that Troy, that it starts coming loose. Well, I can't get it tight enough. I get it tight, I go shoot, next thing you know, it's loose. Well, yeah, it's going to be. The barrel's going to keep growing and shrinking as it gets hot and cold, hot and cold. So this doesn't go anywhere. Even though it does clamp to the barrel, which is why it doesn't go anywhere. Leave you a slight gap in the front, just a little minute one, don't have to be much. Leave a gap back here, and as that barrel moves, it doesn't even matter if it's clamped to it, because the whole thing's just going to travel with it. Now obviously it's not going to move that much, but as the barrel grows, it'll stay right with it, and as it shrinks back up when it gets cooler, you'll be fine. So in my opinion, even though I think the Troy looks really, really cool, this one might be a better option. People don't like this one, and I didn't really like this one because you use these, well, I can talk from throwing them, use these little clamps here. But once your hand guard's on, these clamps don't really go anywhere. But yeah, this thing looks really cool on a firearm. I had it on before, but never have shot it with one on there. So this will be the first time when I get this rifle complete, actually shooting with the Ultimac on it. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll like it. If not, it's not permanent. It comes off. I can do something else. I can just go to regular Arsenal or Khyber handguard and stuff like that if I want to. No biggie. I figured this, if I'm going to try to go a little tactical with it, even though I try to keep my firearms as stock as possible. I figured, what the heck, I got extra stuff laying around, I'm a little bored. Let's do a little bit of tactical, but keep it at a minimum. Something I like to do is with these small parts, your little pins and everything here, keep little bags that other things come in. Especially good heavy duty ones like this, little flimsy cheap ones that you can poke something through real easy. Yeah, you can chunk those. But you ever buy any small parts, or somebody ships you small parts in these little bags like this that are pretty sturdy? It's a good thing to put all your parts in, just so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Hopefully, if you drop this, you're probably going to find it. You drop one of them little pins. I don't know if your concrete's anything like mine, but mine seems to actually open a little black hole up. It goes to the abyss or of wherever, and those little parts always seem to fall in there. So that's why I buy extra parts all the time. I'm always buying got tons of pins and all kinds of stuff. I keep extra stuff. Sure as not. Is anything, you'll drop one and that's it, it's gone. Sometimes you found them, but usually the concrete eats them things up.